Kia ora and welcome back. I'm Alvi, and today, if you can tell, I'm reviewing the Winsor Newton designer gouache set. So this is a primary set. It just comes with 6 colours already chosen. I got this. It was a bargain because I've been seeing it for like $60, and I was like, I'm not paying $60 for that. I don't need gouache that much. But I saw a Christmas sale for it for $42 New Zealand. So I got it. It comes with this cute little box. It's just, got the standard little bit of information about them on the back. They're 14mm tubes. It's got the fancy blurb, where it's made, kind of, it's a primary 6 colour set, the logo, and then the cover, so that can just be tossed aside. Very dramatic, I know. It also comes up with this kind of, wrong way of course, pamphlet just saying, giving some information about it. This is very hard to do with one hand, I will be honest, but yeah, kind of mixing stuff and then trying to open it. There we go. So these are all the colours that are available in the designer gouache sets. Ignore me going really close up there, might be a little bit hard to read. But they've got the key codes, and then some more information, so how transparent or opaque it is, sizes available, permanence, light fastness, and just a lot of writing, which I will not be reading through because that's boring. Back to the paints. So I've actually, on the other side of this piece of paper, I just like the white background, I've sketched up a little picture of a wombat. That's what's up here. A cute little picture of a wombat with its lip, that my brother took. So this is the sketch, and I've swatched out some acrylic paint. This is the sticker that was on it. Some acrylic paint to swatch over to see how transparent or opaque they are. So I'll just set up a palette, squeeze them onto the palette, and yeah, I'll get back to you when that's done. I just wanted to give you an update. Look how cool that looks. It's like very firm, and it's good because you can't see any binder in it. But I've got my trusty candle holders. I found this. This is an old palette. I don't know if I've put it on this channel before, but it was like a couple bucks from a thrift shop, and I think it's for sauces, but I use it as like a palette. And I've got my trusty Reeves flat brush for the swatching, so I'm very excited. I'll get to pouring out the paint again. So I finished pouring them out of the tubes. I'm kind of leaving this half. I've already got some old watercolor in there, but I'm leaving this half for mixing up the colors. But before I swatch them, I'll give you a little deep close-up on the tubes and what information they hold, because I haven't actually written anything down on these. I might later, when I give the final reveal of everything. But it comes with ivory black, and then on the back it's PBK 9. It says it's very opaque, so we'll see. Then we've got permanent green middle. Sorry, reading is not my forte, by the way. It's got 3 pigments, so PY3, PY74, and PG7. Again, it says it's opaque. I think that's light fastness, so 2. Interesting. Ideally, you want it to be the 1. Everyone has their own little light fastness style, though. Says it's opaque again, light fastness 1, and this is PB15, which is a classic blue. Oh no, it's P. Okay, ignore that. And then this is semi-opaque with PR170, and this is primary red. I think that one's just primary blue. What a name! This is primary yellow. With PY138 and PY74. So also a mixed pigment, semi-opaque, and then we've got the zinc white, which is PW15 5. So that was probably a lot of boring information for some of you, but for others it was useful. So now we get to swatching. I'll do this on camera for the first time in ages. I just always feel like it's so boring for some people, and they'll lose interest, but that's okay. I'll go in like no particular order. Try and grab quite a... Oh, great start. I'll just grab a lot of the paint then. This is quite watered down. I'll do this layer, and then if it dries fast enough, I'll do another layer. It's alright. I mean, there might be quite a heavy drying shift, so I'm not sure. I just gotta grab these paper towels so that I can clean my brush easily. Then we've got... I'll do the yellow next. Okay, interesting. This one says it's semi-opaque. And this is again the first layer. The yellow was the only one that kind of was separated from the binder. But it's quite a lovely yellow. I'm just wiping my brush if anyone's curious. Cleaning my brush is very important. Then we've got the pink. This is also semi-transparent. These are quite watered down washes. And then, yeah, I'll do a thicker layer on top because gouache can be used in many different ways. One of which is, you know, like similar to watercolor, very watered down. Blue. It's quite a pretty blue. Not sure if it likes the acrylic base, but it's gonna have to. Oh, the colors are bleeding together, but that's okay. I've got 2 more to swatch out. The green, the mid-permanent green, whatever it was called. It was a very random name. It's quite yellow leaning. And then the black. So it won't show up on the black. This is quite a watered down wash as well. And then, yeah. So those are cute little swatches. It's the first swatch, so when I'm done with this, I can try and do a second swatch. I guess I'll just go straight into it. I never really do this. Oh, my cup of tea. I made a cup of tea. It's French Earl Grey, and I'm really looking forward to it because I haven't had tea in so long. So it's very exciting. The thing about wombats is they're quite brown, so I'm going to have to remember to mix up some browns. Just kind of... That's quite orange. That's quite green. It's just right. So this is going to be quite loose, I reckon. I don't want to be like... I'm quite into the kind of loose style at the moment. It's quite fun. And this is just a very watered down base, just kind of letting me know where I'm going to kind of put colours when I layer it up some more. Something I really like about gouache is using it on toned paper. So maybe slightly brown toned paper or slightly grey toned paper. I haven't done grey paper yet, but I've done it on brown, and it really just pushes gouache so much. Like, it makes it amazing to use. You can really see it. Well, you can see it on normal paper anyway, but it gives you like a base to work with. Like, usually some people would just wash it down with paint or whatever, but I kind of can't be bothered. So I'm just going straight onto the white paper, which, not the greatest idea, but oh well. I'm not really using the black. I can, and I should be, but I'm just kind of getting these lighter neutrals and browns down on the wombat first, really letting some of the colours go through. Oh, it's such a cute little wombat, because if you watched my last video, I went to Melbourne, and I've just gotten back, I think yesterday, and so I'm just doing little painting with one of, I got this here before I left, but I never got a chance to use it. So this is actually my first time using the Winsor Newton designer gouache. So this is very exciting stuff. But no, I'm very excited to try this out finally. But the reason I brought that up was because this is where the photo's from. We went to the zoo there, me and my brother, and the wombats were so cute. They were like asleep. They looked so cozy. One was like, the one next to this guy was like just asleep on its back. It was so adorable. And yeah, it was just the cutest little thing. I loved the lemurs, but I didn't get a good picture of its face because they were like behind these like wooden fence. I didn't get too good of a shot, and my camera is really bad quality, so I wasn't gonna get any good photos there. That is such a strong green. I only put a little bit in. Damn. Oh, there we go. Kind of a, yeah. So I'm going to change up the background colour. I'm going to give it a bit more of a dirty green, just because I can. And this makes the background more interesting to look at, I find, if it's an interesting colour. The reason I'm doing the background now is just to let the first initial layer just, settle in. Oh, I'll add a bit of white. What will happen? Oh, make that kind of colour if you add white. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I haven't used gouache in a while, so I'm kind of just getting myself back into it, really. Oh, and I forget that you're meant to go opaque with gouache. So you'll see me kind of slightly getting used to it when I'm done. Be like, oh, now I remember how to do gouache. But by then, this painting should hopefully be done. I'm actually filming a lot more of my painting process this time, which is unusual because usually I don't like painting on camera because it's like I'm holding a camera, talking, and trying to paint a good painting. And multitasking is not for everyone. I can sometimes do it, but I can never do it on camera. So you'll never know how good at multitasking I really am. Well, that was quite strong. Surprising absolutely no one that's watched my videos before, but this is Winsor Newton 100% cotton watercolor paper. It's 200 GMS M. I can never say that quickly, but that's the paper I'm using if you were curious. It's really nice paper, and in New Zealand it's one of the cheaper cotton paper options. So this for me was only, I think, about $24, which is really cheap. It might have been, was it? Might have been $40, but either way, it wasn't too expensive. Okay, so this is kind of what we got so far. The colour's kind of drying, white's still very strong, which is good to see. So then I guess we'll get on to the proper gouache part. Let me remember this. Just use a bit of white, make up another brown. It's really nice having a limited colour palette. It really pushes your colour mixing ability. And this is a good kind of colour range, Like you can get some clean purples and greens with mixing them, but you can also get the nice moody colours with the addition of the black, and the green and the white is also really useful. It's a really nice amount of everything. I recommend this if you're starting out in gouache and want to get a set and you're not sure of what colours you need to be able to get those nice kind of range of mixable colours. Because from this primary set you can easily mix up, a lot of necessary colours if you're doing portraits or landscapes or anything like that. You can get a good range, and the addition of the black means that you don't have to waste your colours on mixing up darker neutrals because you already have it, and the black is very dark anyway, so you can get darker shadows much easier. My speaking is just on peak today. Oh, there we go. I remember this. I remember the feeling of just seeing that. I don't know if you guys understand, but this is the opaque beautifulness I love. Gouache is just such a fun medium. I feel like it's easier to express in gouache just because of how varied it can become. So like you can make it really opaque, really fine-tuned, or you could do it really loose like watercolor. And I don't know, I love it so much just because it's so versatile in like what you use it for, like really watered down, or something like that. It's just so versatile and so much fun. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a lot of fun. There's a lot going on over here. I don't know if you've been able to see this. I'm not really looking at the camera too much because I'm trying to remember how to mix some colours up, but it's okay. This is kind of what I'm doing. Trying to get some of these moody colours in the wombat's fur. Wombats, they are so cute. Like, all we did was see them sleep and they were adorable. If you are any age, if you can read Diary of a Wombat. It is the cutest story ever. It was one of the first books I could read by myself, and it was because of how cute it was. I wanted to read it. I actively sought out and tried to read it, and yeah, highly recommend it. Right now, it's looking like a bit of a mess, and I'm just getting in some of the darker tones using like a mixture of black, blue, red, and a bit of the yellow. I'm not actually using that much green, which is slightly concerning since I usually love my greens, but I guess I usually mix up the greens instead of using a pre-made one. The wombat's fur has so many beautiful colours in it. Ignore that. I guess I'll use a bit of water around the ear. My dad's just come up from the bank. He was doing, I think, maybe mowing some lawns. Sounds about right. So that's the new introduced noise in the background, if anyone is curious. That's quite cute. Now I've got the face. I've been avoiding the face for so long, not really wanting to do it. It looked so peaceful without me touching it. Yeah. Maybe a bit more of the yellowy brown mixture. Yeah. Oh, it's such a cute little wombat. Maybe a bit more of the white. It's such a cute photo. Oh, so adorable. It's got some lovely, cute little highlights up on the back that I'll just slightly add in. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna call it. Yeah. Oh, that was a random notification on my laptop. But I need to put my clothes away. and I have yet to do that. I got distracted and did this instead. So I need to go sort out my life. But thank you guys for watching. I'll clean up my brush and then I'll give these another once over, kind of more thickly applied. And then that will be my end of the video and give my final verdict to see if these were any good, if I enjoyed them, yada yada yada, all the important stuff you might care about if you want to purchase this set. Sorry I had to make you wait till the end of the video for that, but I have yet to use these, so this is my first time using them, so that's the second layer applied. Quite, like, not overly thick, but thick enough that, you know, she thick. And then yellow. Some of the colours are a little infected with other colours, but that's okay. That's just how painting works. There's a little bit of blue in there and a little bit of the rainbow. And then red. Just getting all the last of the red, because I used quite a bit of red mixing up the neutral and browns, and I didn't pour too much out to begin with. You do not, this is just a mess, but that's okay. And then we've got a bit of the blue. The blue is like, wow, very striking. And then the green. And I don't even know if I need to do the black, because the black is very well applied. Why not? Just to make it fair. But no, that's kind of what it looks like, and that's kind of the little sketch. I mean, in like under 20 minutes, it's a pretty good little rough sketch. If I wanted to spend more time on it, I could do another one, but that would mean this video would be longer, and I'd rather not do that. So thank you guys for watching. See you whenever I do another one. And the final conclusion is, yes, this is a really nice gouache set, especially if you're like me and moving from, you know, the cheap dollar store gouache to maybe some Reeves and then some Hemi, and then you want to try something even better, but you don't want to spend heaps of money on individual tubes. So this is a good initial set of 6 colours. It's a good amount of gouache of each. You might need another white, because white is quite a popular colour to use with gouache, but that will come when it comes, you know. So I hope this video was fun, interesting and enjoyable. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!